Rain pummeled into the windshield, like muddying the neon city lights into streaks of watercolor. Mark, an experienced delivery driver for Grub and Grub, squinted at the GPS, frustration mount with each passing minute. The address, 13 Deadwood Drive, nestled deep within an abandoned neighborhood, smelling of abandonment and dreams that had been forgotten. His stomach revolved, not only from the greasy burger sloshing in his thermal bag, but from the disturbing vibes clinging to the place. Houses that were boarded up loomed like skeletal fingers, and the unique light came from a single blinking street lamp, casting long, grotesque shadows. The GPS ultimately chirped his arrival. Mark parked. The silence broke only by Rain's sad song. He hesitates. The address scribbled on the order looked unsettling mix of uppercase and lowercase letters. 13 Deadwood Drive. Weird shiver running down his spine. He knocked, the sound swallowed by the stifling silence. Minutes ticked past, each in a hammer blow to his fragile nerves. Just as he turned to leave, the door creaked open, revealing a figure cloaked in darkness. "The order?" a voice rasped, sound like a dry wind rustling dead leaves. Mark, heart beating furiously, handed the bag. The figure reached out, an obsidian hand broke from the shadows. Before the deal could be finished, a scream that curdles the blood pierced the night. It come from within the house, a woman's voice imbued with terror. Mark froze, his survival instincts booting up. The cloaked figure hisses, a sound like nails running on bone. "Not your concern, delivery boy. Leave now." Hesitation fought with courage in Mark's chest. The rain continued its relentless attack, mirroring the storm within him. He could go, pretending he hadn't heard, but the woman's scream ringing in his ears, a desperate call for help. With a gulp of air, he shoved the warm bag at the figure. "Take the food," he yelled, rushing past the surprised figure into the house. The air inside were thick with dust and decay. The scream led him down to a creaking staircase, each step echoing his racing heart. He burst into a room lighted by a flickering candlelight, revealing a scene horrifying. A woman bound and gagged lay on the floor, fear engulfing her eyes. A towering figure, eyes aglow with unholy light, stood over her, a sadistic grin stretched across his face. Mark's fear turned to anger. He threw himself at the figure, powered by adrenaline and protective instinct. The ensuing struggle was brutal, shadow and desperation's dance. Mark, riding on his righteous wrath, dealt a blow that made the figure reel back. He saw an opportunity to free the woman, who then scrambled away, her eyes filled with thanks and a smidge of something else, recognition. Together they escaped the house, the anger-filled roars of the figure echoing behind them. They got to Mark's car, engine already running. As they drove away, Mark looked back at the house, the fluttering lighting revealing a single, disturbing detail. The number 13 painted above the door, not in normal numerals, but in a distorted, skeletal font. Mark never delivered to Deadwood Drive again, but the memory of that fateful night remained. He wasn't just a delivery driver no more. He was a reluctant hero, forever marked by the horror he faced and the courage he discovered within himself, all thanks to a late-night delivery gone totally wrong. This truly was, or so it could be said, a delivery of doom. It was raining cats and dogs, really. Every raindrop smashed the windshield, some sort of angry hammer. Meet Sarah, she ain't no rookie, been delivery driving, travels slickly through slip-sliding streets like it's nothing. So, the latest job, a hot, spicy Dan noodle bowl, was gearing to a big tip, plus a waiting customer starving for a nice and hot meal, right? But the address sends actual chills down Sarah's back. Whispering Pines Lane sounds spooky. It's this ignored road right at town's edge. Haunted houses, creepy tales, the works. Undaunted, Sarah does park her car. What stands in front? A weather-beaten mansion, Victorian style, under the headlights' glow. The front door creaked, invited her in even before she gets to knocking. An old lady, hidden in shadows, beckons with a wave. The air's full of this thick, almost choky incense smell, and, was it metallic? Sarah, she's cautious, she paused. "The noodles," the woman grates out like stepping on leaves in autumn. "Step inside, child, warmth is here." Even though something ain't right, Sarah ventured inside, then, bang, the door shut. The lady leads her into a dusty old hallway, soft candlelight catching old portraits that feel like they're watching her. They got to a room, and this woman gestured to one-person table. The noodle is there, untouched, glowing bit strange. The woman, her voice hissing, "Eat up, child, savor it. Got some warmth, you'll have all that you wished for." Now Sarah, she saw the woman's smile, kinda scary, like a huntress's grin. Cold fear rushed through her. She heard those tales about Whispering Pines Lane, dark magics, endless hunger stories. It came together. She wasn't here for a delivery, it's some sort of trap. Thinking quick, Sarah's hand shot to the bowl of noodles. It singed her fingers, hurting. "But she don't eat," smashed it on the wall, splattering about. The woman shrieked, took a turn for worse, her form twisted up under the flickering light, traces of monstrous features under her human disguise. Sarah didn't wait, a porcelain fragment in her grasp, razor edge catching the light of candle. With a shout like a warrior, she charged. Baxter ran towards his bowl. Struggle, fierce, with the woman's inhuman strength matched evenly with Sarah's desperation. At last, Sarah outsmarted the creature, used its reflection in some old mirror shards, trapped it. The terrible thing recoiled, dissolved to smoky wisps, free through the busted window. Sarah, bruised, dragged herself out of the house, rain washing away the fear, leftover nightmare. The old house stayed silent, hiding its mysteries yet again. Quickly, she stole away in her car, adrenaline's aftertaste, bitter reminder of the night when she was no longer just a driver. A survivor's born, a legend for delivery drivers. They'll talk in hushed whispers. The tale of the woman who clashed with horror at Whispering Pines Lane and lived to tell.